First of all, reka mbashimire kubw'ubutumire. Ntekereza ko ari bwo bwa mbere muteranye nyuma ya COVID-19 pandemic yabaye mu gihugu cyacu ndetse no mu bihugu bitandukanye ku isi hose. Hanyuma mukaba mutaribagiwe guterana malgré ibihe abantu banyuramo byose cyangwa se banyuzemo. Buriya hari n'abantu benshi babivuyemo ibyo gusenga cyangwa se by'iyobokamana, ariko kuba twe tukibirimo turayishima. Dushimira ubuyobozi bwa SEM. Buri gihe iyo batekereje ubaganiriza nanjye bashira ku rutonde. Ntabwo ari ukuvuga ngo ni njyewe the best of the best, hariho abandi bazi kuvuga cyane, bazi kuganira, ariko ubwo nuko biba byagenze nyine umwanya Imana iba yawugeneye njyewe. So tugiye kuganira mu mwanya dufite, turateganya kurangiza saa 12 niko gahunda yari imeze. Gusa nateguye some few slides kugira ngo zidufashe kuganira. Kuba muri nabake murabyungukiramo cyane uko biraduha n'umwanya munini wo kuganira kurusha uko mwaba muri na benshi, kandi ubwinshi twe turebera kuri wa wundi watahanye igitekerezo. Ushobora kuba ari 100 cyangwa 200 ariko ugasanga gitwawe na 20. Kindi nanone ibyo ngiye kubabwira sintekereza ko ari bishasha cyane, ko nahoze nsubira mu nyigisho ntanga namwe murimo sanga bimwe narabibabwiye already, gusa mushobora kuba mwarabyibagiwe. Kwa mwarabyibagiwe ni ukwibukiranya. Topic bampaye nivuga ngo turning ideas into transformational actions. Nukuvuga ngo harimo ibintu bitatu. Hari ikintu cya mbere cyo kuba ufite igitekerezo, hanyuma icyo gitekerezo kikaja mu bikorwa, ariko ibikorwa bihindura umuntu. Ndagira ngo niko bimeze. So kugira ngo tubiganireho rero nabanje kubaza abayobozi banyu some of the key expectations. Bambwira ko mu kwezi kwa mbere umwaka urangira 10 muri December mwese mufite ingamba mwihaye. Siko bimeze? Ubu hari umuntu utaranditse muri notebook ye ibyo azageraho muri 2023. Nanjye ndabifite ibyo nanditse, mfite ibintu bigera nko kuri 5. Wena nawe ufite ibyo wanditse. Mwese mwarabyanditse? Can we agree? Can we talk? Mwese murabifite. Ariko nutabifite nta kibazo, ashobora gusubira inyuma nanone akaba yabyandika. Turacasigaje andi mezi angahe? Mezi 10 n'igice. So arambwira ati rero iyo tufashe iyo mwaka urangiye tuzana new resolutions, hanyuma twareba tugasanga at the end of the year there is no performance. Nanone twarangiza tukabona iyo bya bindi wafashe hano mbere ugitangira gutekereza hari ibindi bishasha birimo kuza bikabivanamo, ugasa naho urimo gukina nk'agati kari mu ruzi, which is very interesting to discuss. No kuvuga ngo ibyo byatumye ntekereza ko twabisasira tubanje kumva ibi bintu bine icari cyo. What is a vision? A strategy, a plan, and a budget. Abantu bose bafite aho bakora cyangwa se nubwo mutarabona mukora mwese, ariko mu bigo mukorera n'ibyo musoma murabibona biriya bintu ko ari bine. Ko mu Rwanda dufite a vision 2050 currently. Muri mwe hari uwayisomye? Nubwo utabara yisomye yose ariko parts of it banyujemo amaso. So urumva aha niho harimo iyerekwa ry'igihugu. Niho ugomba kumenya ngo muri Vision 2050 mu myaka 2050 dore aho u Rwanda rwifuza kuba wewe uzaba uri, wewe nk'umunyarwanda. Ko ndaza kubihuza na vision yawe, mbihuze na strategy zawe, mbihuze na plan zawe, mbihuze na budget zawe. Number 2, hariho strategy. Strategy noneho ni ukuvuga ngo iriya vision ni gute dushobora kuyigeraho twihaye. Hakaba noneho na plan igufasha intambwe ku yindi uburyo ushobora kugera ushira mu bikorwa iriya strategy izagufasha kugera kuri vision. Hakaba noneho na budget, which is also a part of the planning, but also looking at the financial part. So, what is a vision? A vision shows you an end state where all the plans and strategies will eventually take you. Wango vision. Mu Kinyarwanda twavuga ko ari nk'iyerekwa. Sibyo? Icyerekezo. Icyerekezo no kuvuga ngo ni state, ni etat, ni ibihe runaka, ni uburyo runaka igihugu cyangwa se we wagombye kuba urimo mu myaka iri imbere. Kuko iyo ureba vision urimo kureba imbere. You are visioning. Bifitanye isano n'inzozi. Inzozi, you are dreaming. You are dreaming because there is something that you desire to see or to be. But a vision, now you are saying, I'm very precise, this is what I need to be, this is what I need to see. So you need to differentiate a dream and a vision. Let me give you an example of Joseph. Joseph, when he had a dream, seeing the 11 stars, it's quite amazing. Abona simu ikubita imbere, abandi baza bakamupfukamira. It was a dream, but it was not a vision. Ariko a vision ukuvuga ngo iriya state nabonye ndi umwami, how can I be at that state? Dagira ngo kirumvikana. Now, a strategy is to show you how do you want to achieve the desired state or the planned state, the state you see as a desirable condition. So a strategy, again, one would say it's like an amalgam of different measures you put in place for you to be able to reach the desired state or the envisioned state. Ubona cyarimo nsasira kugira ngo tuze kuganira twabanje kumva definition of these different concepts. Number 3, there is a plan. The plan tells you, though you have a strategy, you need to break it into different pieces, into different steps, step by step, showing you when you have to do anything or where you are supposed to be at a given time. Niyo mpamvu kenshi usanga ibigo byinshi bivuga ngo mu myaka 5 turifuza kuba turi hano. Now comes a budget, which is a financial piece of the plan, and most of the people are trapped with this budget. Before you start thinking about the idea to be implemented, you start first with the financial resources. So you are starting at the wrong place. When you start by looking at the resources, at the budget, you are starting at a wrong place. You need first to start with an idea, and then you build your vision, you put in place strategies, you put plans, different steps, and then you unpack it to show what types of budget or resources you need for you to be able to do the implementation of the plan. But don't start with the budget. And let me give you a secret. God does not finance your expenses. He only finances your idea. You cannot just come. If you go to the bank, say, I need money. Yes, you need money, and we are ready to give you money. But send us a business plan. The business plan, before you come to a table that shows you the budget, you need to justify the idea first. So, the more your idea is clever, clean, straight, correct, the more you attract the finances. You will not be the one to attract the finances, no. It's your idea. The idea itself will attract. Whether you are short, tall, black, white, it's only the idea. Trikumi. Great. So, I thought that maybe we need to talk about this before I go to the end. We need to think that all things have to start with the purpose of your life. I see most of you have graduated or even graduating from the university. That means you are even more than 20 years old. So, if you don't know exactly what your life is meant for, then you better sit down, address that issue first. If you don't know why your life is available, if you don't know where you need to invest your time, your resources in this world, then the best thing to address first is to understand your purpose. So, number 2, for you also to be effective in your life, you need to be able to have the ability or capacity or authority to control your choices or the choice you make. Normally, we are made by choices every day. Our life is made of choices. You want to wake up early, it's a choice. You want to delay on your bed, it's a choice. You want to speak louder, it's your choice. You want to speak slowly, it's your choice. You want to scream, it's your choice. You want to keep silent, it's your choice. You want to be happy, it's your choice. You want to be rich, it is your choice. You want to be poor, it's your choice. Our life is about the choice we make. So for you to be effective, you need to understand the types and the nature of the choice you are making on a daily basis. Are we together? Number 3, you need also to have the ability to induce a change. The ability to make a change. I normally like to talk about the book of the Miles Monroe, The Spiritual Leadership, that I read in 2004. That was my first book I bought with my money, $50. As a student, it was a lot of money. But when I read the book, it tells me 3 categories of people. There are people who are ready to make a change, to induce a change, to introduce a change among other people. So there are people who are ready also to receive the change, just at the reception side. and benefit, gain from the change induced by others. The third category, which is also very critical, these are the people we call the laggards. People who are neither change maker or people who are not even the receiver of the change. That's in any society you have that. So now, it's up to you to make a choice whether you want to be among those who can induce a change, or those who can receive a change, or those who are indifferent, meaning that you don't either want to bring a change or you don't want even to receive the change and manage the change that is happening on you. So in most cases, we live a life that is just receiving the changes. Majority of people. You will find very few people who can take that part of being the change makers. Very few people. Turi kumwe. Ubwo mwebwe buri muntu wese aza aho ari. You know where you are, whether you are a change maker, a change receiver, or you are a laggard. But what does it mean being effective? Kondaza kubihuza na topic n'ubundi turimo kuganira. This is a branch of the self-help movement dealing with the success, goals, and related concepts. So when we talk about effectiveness, that's when you are capable to achieve the goals. But before you even achieve the goals, you are capable to set the goals. Kenshi dukunze kurikoresha iryo jambo. You need to be effective. So our program needs to be effective. So effectiveness brings the notion of being capable to draw a certain goal that needs to be achieved. And you need to achieve it. So if you leave your office or where you are working, you have a to-do list without checking what is happening, then you are not becoming effective. At the end, when you are not checking at the end of the year what you had planned, if you have achieved, you are not being effective. So you need to make sure that you planned and you achieved. So whatever resolutions you took toward the end of the year, celebrating the year, so at the end of the year 2023, once you realize that you have achieved them, then you are becoming an effective person. But there is a danger. Two types of dangers. One, you may set goals that are very below your capability and your power. In other words, you are operating in a zone that you are not supposed to be in. Just you want to make your life easier. There's someone else who may set overambitious targets or goals. I would prefer the second one rather than just putting goals that are below your capacity. Just set bigger goals and targets, and then you struggle to achieve them. Better being ambitious than being pessimistic. Because once you set low goals, it's because you are becoming very pessimistic, saying, oh, what if something else happens? Am I going to be accountable on this? Number two, you have to integrate the power of positive thinking and positive psychology, but in a general, it is distinct from the New Thought movement. Yeah, positive thinking is more related to you being very optimistic. Buriya hari abantu babayeho mu buryo bwo gutekereza buri negative gusa. A good idea comes and say, this is not mine. You go back to the history of your family, no one from our family have done this. So how come? You think an idea, we haven't seen anyone in Rwanda. So why not you be the first one to be the person endeavoring and doing that? Positive thinking tells you that I'm capable. Otherwise, I can try to do something. I can. rather than say, oh, what if I fail? Yes, try and fail, but you will know why you have failed. And then you will not make the same mistake next time. Now, these are some of the features. Determination, self-confidence, optimism, ability to manage your stress. What is stress? What is stress? Iyo mvuga ngo afite stress nyinshi, mbona gize stress, ngo afite stress. Iyo muvuga ucyo niki mwamuvuga? Wewe niko byumva. Pastor. Aba yananiwe kumanaginga ibyo agomba gukora. Biba byamubanye byinshi. Are you sure? Undi? Yes. Umunaniro mu bwongo. Umenya gute? Kubera ko ubwonko warabucanze cyane. Tiwabufasha ngo bugire umuyoboro. Niyo mpamvu bunanirwa. Nabwo burakureba bakavuga ati until this guy comes in order, then we can be able to produce what he's asking. Stress is one manifestation of poor planning and a poor understanding of what you are capable to do within a sentence time frame. Now, then there's also another word, persistence. I normally remember this word from Antoine Rutayisire, 2007, when he was at the University of Rwanda. And recently I read it in the book, in the Bible, saying that when you persevere, become patient, you will still gain the fruits of your labor. So, perseverance is very important. Persistence is very important. So you need also to be problem solving. Time management. Know that every second counts, but it is not discounted. Sibyo se? Ubara abantu bagikerererwa muri iyi si tugezemo. Why? 24 hours is 24 hours. You cannot say 25 hours. No. The world is set around 24 hours. So it's up to you to know how you use 24 hours. Every second counts. Every minute counts. Umuntu indege itarasiga just because of 1 minute, 2 minutes. Then ntarumva agaciro k'isaha. Ari gihe ugira gutya ukagera ahantu ukabona undi arimo arambuka hariya we bamaze gufunga agavuga ati no, time is over. Mugenzi wawe ari hano just 1 meter. So no, he's still there. No, my dear, time is over. Ari gihe twigeze kujya ngo narimo njya na South Korea. Tunyura ku kibuga cyo mu Bushinwa Shanghai. So iyo ugeze Shanghai, donc nka kuriya muri US nanone aho ururikiye ubwa mbere imizigo irabanza igasohoka bakayicekinga. So twebwe rero mu gucekinga hano batubwira ko imizigo tuzayisanga South Korea, Seoul. So twibwira yuko imizigo nayo yakomeje kugenda nkuko bisanzwe bimenyerewe. But we were supposed to go check the bag and check it again. No, tugeze kuri counter baratubaza where is your bag? Turavuga ati no, I think it is in transit. No, you should check your bags. Dusubiye inyuma kuyireba dusanga counter irafunze. Iminota ya yindi yageze, there is no even zero tolerance. That's how you understand the importance of time. Iyo tubikora mbere no kubimenya mbere no kwenda tutabaje twagendeye muri routine tuzi ngo biraba nkuko bisanzwe bigenda. Kuva icyo gihe iyo ngiye ku kibuga cy'indege nubwo mbazi ngo nta handi turi ndabanza nkabaza ngo is my bag checking in? Akareba akavuga ati yes, your bag is in. Then I continue. Nubwo nta transit zikomeye ndabaza nkabaza is my bag on board with me? Akambwira ati yes, because of that lesson. Birumvikana. So we need to manage our time. Planning, turaza kubigarukaho. Discipline. So discipline comes as a word that seems to be common, but it's a very fundamental of our life. So discipline, I can give another definition. It is basically a composite of all your values. In other words, it's an amalgam, it's a basket of all you value, what you give value. That's the discipline. Bya bintu uha agaciro byose ibyo wemera biri muri discipline yawe. So the last one, but not the least, dynamic and positive thinking. Don't think today and think that your idea is static. It has to be dynamic. Dynamic. In other words, you need to test whether your idea is still relevant in a context and a time you are today. You need to think that idea should be dynamic. Ugomba gutekereza ukareba niba igitekerezo watekereje kiracyari cyakindi, kiracyari relevant, kiracyaki Gwasi ninjira mu gitekerezo neza ndaza. I'm just trying to lay the foundation of this. Now, again, for you to be able to be effective, it also starts with understanding the mission of your life. There is a difference between a purpose and a mission. What is the difference? The purpose is the why. The mission is what now you are going to deliver. So the purpose, why do I live? Okay, after knowing why I live, in my life, what should I give as a gift to God? So God has given our life as a gift, but what we use our life with is the gift we give to our God. God has given you a gift of life, but what you do with your life is the gift you give back to God. Nothing else God is asking you. Do you think God needs your tenth? Do you think God needs your contributions? Do you think God needs your support to the whatever you are doing? He wants to see what you are doing with your life as a gift to Him. Okay? A life is also in a bracket. There is a birth, and then there is a death. There is a span of life. There is a span. There is a period when you are supposed to live. So, the most important is not the length or the duration. The most important is what you do in whatever period God has given you. That's what is more accountable. That's what is really accountable. But we have the ability to control every choice, action, and implication of the decision made along the value chain of our lives. And again, this is basically hidden. It's mostly hidden in our mindset and abilities to induce a change. That's where you see the effectiveness is within your ability and your mindset. Let me come back to the aspect of mindset. Mindset means what? Mujya murikoresha cyane donc niyo mindset yabo ni mindset ni kwimeze iyo mindset mujya muvuga ni imeze gute the belief system donc ikibazo cyane nana ngo ni mindset. No, the mindset, you set the mindset based on what you feed in it. The mindset is an outcome of what you feed your mind. The books you read, the teachings you follow, the audience you attend, all these will come and set your mind. Your mindset is an outcome, not a process. It's a result of what you have gone through, different, whether internally or with your external environment. Internally, I mean you managing yourself. I brought also this slide, which is also one of my chapters of my book. Be yourself. For you to be effective, you need also to be yourself. For you to be able to turn ideas into action, try to be you. To be yourself. I was talking with my colleague Jonas when we were coming and say, maybe most of the decisions we take, 70%, are driven by the environment, not by ourselves. Most of the decisions we take. I see Emmanuel, I take a decision. I see Jonas, I take a decision. I see this. Maybe let me do this. You don't know what he's going through. The reason why he took such a decision, you also take the same. It's like copy-paste. Why are you copying someone's life and paste it in your life? And your original life is maybe more better than what you are pasting. When you ask children, what do you think? Let me just do this exercise. What was your dream when you were a child? What were you thinking to become? Engineer. Wewe? Musician. Wewe? Computer engineering. Felix? Pianist. Great. Jonas? When you were still, let's say, between 6, 7, 8. You can't remember. You're lying. Okay. After 6? No. The environment counts. Okay? So, I always also say, I used to say that I will be an ambassador. So, now, who is what he dreamed when he was young or a child? At that age? Yes, 1. Okay, what is the percentage? 0.0? Yeah. So, most of people don't become what they want to be. For me, it also changed. At the age of what I dreamed when I was doing my university, that's what I am now. Yes. Yeah. Now, I thought to become even an ambassador when I was at senior school. And in fact, when they came to give us exams for going to the university, I said, you need to choose 3 options. But the international relations was not part of the option, but I ticked it as number 1. Saying that even though it's not on the list, they will go and study and say, maybe someone wants to do international relations. Let's take this by. The second option was to do social sciences. The third one was to become an economist. So I ended up becoming the third one. You see what I mean? So sometimes we face those challenges to choose and be who we are supposed to be. So many people ask themselves, how can I be the person I want to be? But I want to give you another good question. You need to ask, what stopped me from becoming who I'm supposed to be? These are 2 different questions. How can I be who I want to be? Ujyanye ikibazo cyawe muri iyo logique imbaraga ukazishoraho. I don't think you will make more. But what can stop me from becoming who I'm supposed to be? Eh? Okay. Do not reply or be driven by people's approvals. Most of the people do things that are approved by other people. Society, environment, family, whatever. So you need an approval before you. It's good to seek, but don't be driven 100% because people may take you off from what you are supposed to be. Have a good knowledge and understanding of your purpose. Learn what it takes to be yourself. Avoid pleasing your surroundings, friends, relatives, and neighbors. Why do you please them? What are they gaining from you pleasing someone? You get influence over them. You become imbata zabo. Uzikuwa imbata z'abandi batekereza. It's a challenge. So there is a family, there is extended family, there are other friends, the education system, the church. All these are some of the surroundings that shape what we are supposed to be. But you need still to stand. Whether there is a church, whether there is education, whether there are friends, families, extended family, still you need to have your own position of who you are supposed to be. Now, let's read this verse. Ecclesiastes 3, verse 3, chapter 3, verse 1. There is a time for everything, and a season for every activity under the heavens. How do you understand this verse? There is a time for everything, and a season for every activity under the heavens. Mujya mugisoma sikicyanditswe. So mucyumva gute mwebwe? Kwicaye imbere yanjye, you are the victim. So how do you understand this? Iriya verse. Mm-hmm. Doing right thing at the right time. Yes, Emmanuel. Nothing is permanent. That's a season. That's a season. Mm-hmm. 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 Someone else? Si verse se twese tuzi. Kandi iyo usenga ujye ubivuga urimo kuvuga Mana turagushimye. Turabizi neza ko hariho igihe n'ibihe. Yeah, sometimes we are driven by emotions. We don't understand what we are saying. So there is a time for everything. So everything that you want to do has its own specific time. So let me give you an example. Look at a tree. So there is a time to plant a seed. There is a time for the seed to grow. There is a time for the tree to bear the fruits. So in everything around that tree, there is a time for it. And then there is a season we normally have in Rwanda, rain season. We have dry season. And then we have even the mid-dry or rainy season. So this season, when it is raining, it's a period of raining. When it is dry, it's a period for dry. When it is, that season, it's something that is temporal, not permanent. Miles Monroe says that sometimes we give solutions, permanent solutions, to things that are temporary. Ikibazo huye nacho kumva ko kibaye permanent, and you take a strong decision on that particular thing that is temporal, that is momentous, that can change over a given time. Let me give you this example. Let's say someone who was born 1965, so that's the starting of his journey or her journey. 2020, So it's 10 years before retirement. He's going to retire by 2035. So there is a time for being born. There is a time to grow and do things, being active. There is a time also to retire. And in every time, there is also season. In every phase of your life, there is season. So for you to be able to understand, I took an example. I had to take my numbers of years of life. You will ask, do you know them? Yes, I know them. Even if I don't know them, let me just take an example of what is said in the Bible. They say that someone, if he's going to live, he will live how many? 70 years. If it becomes more, it becomes what? You can even have more than 80. But let me take the number of years that are accepted by the law. For me, it's 65 years for you to retire. So now you take 65 years. Now, and see, just take your years. Let's do calculations. Take your notebook. Do your own calculation. I'm not going to ask that. So put down your number of years today, your age. Okay? Now take 65 minus your age. So you remain with how many years? Keep it, it's for you. So what are you going to do with the 20, 30 years remaining? Or 35 maybe, maximum. So the 35 that you remain with, what are you going to do with it? That's how you can plan your life. Put 5, it's for this, maybe for masters, 2 years, 3 years, masters. Put 5, this, put 5. Oh, now you are going up to 35 remaining. So are you achieving your goal of your life? Where your dreams and what you had in mind as a target is going to be achieved with the remaining period? But there is a way to adjust that. You can still adjust it. Maybe one way to adjust is to reduce the number of hours you sleep. How many hours do you sleep on average? 8 hours. Huh? 8 hours. So you can reduce 2 and you're still alive. You be alive and be strong. You can still sleep for 6 hours. So if you sleep 8, of course, medical doctors recommend how many hours to sleep? 7 to 8. Okay. So now look at the years remaining. Are you going to keep sleeping 7, 8 hours? Can you still achieve? Okay. So there are also different ways of reducing the delay. The other way of reducing the delay is to become more efficient in managing your time. Because even the remaining time is not well managed. Look, how much time do you spend on your phone? Using WhatsApp. Your phone will tell you how many times you have touched it. Your phone will tell you how many times you have used it over the day. But was it really necessary to use it at such level? By the way, what is the reason we have a phone? Eh? Huh? Huh? Why do we have a phone? Eh? Information and communication. So, what kind of communication? What types of communication? Email, WhatsApp. Most of the time is WhatsApp. It's interesting. Did I tell you sometimes that I had to shut it off for 1 year? Yes. 1 year off. I said, and now I'm planning to do it again. I said, let me shut it off for this year and see what will happen. I never received any call saying that, why did you remove from WhatsApp? We don't see you on WhatsApp. I never received someone claiming that your work has been affected because the WhatsApp is not working. I never received a call saying that I missed you because you are not on WhatsApp. So why do I have it? No, I have a message. An SMS can work. If it is professional, an email can work. A call can work. So I have 4 options. I have WhatsApp, I have SMS, I have calls, I have email. So out of the 4 options, I can choose the best ones that I need to use. That will depend on the nature of my work. That's what I'm saying. I'm not telling you to remove it, but what I'm trying to say, can you use it professionally and in a very intelligent way? Sometimes I tell my colleagues, this week I will be off on WhatsApp. Please use SMS. Because I have a report to be written. I have a paper that needs to be produced. Someone tells me, we want to put you on the group of WhatsApp. I say, why do you want me join the group? Why should I join it? Can't I do the same thing without joining? I say, yes. Okay, let me do that to option number 2. Simbabwira ngo wenda mubikore nkuko nyibikora, but I'm trying to discourage some of the things that we do without knowing. Now, you need to understand your career and your calling. You need to know what you are ought to do towards your life's goal. You need also to have a Christ's mindset. So basically, for you to know exactly what you have to do, be mindful that there is a time for everything. And under every activity, there is a season. When Derek mvuge kuri yo season nanone, ibihe byose waba unyuramo from his perspective, n'iby'igihe gito ntabwo they are not going to stick. If you are going through some challenges, these are not going to stick. They are there for a short time and they have to move. And most of the time, we get tired when it is right to overcome the challenge. That's when you get discouraged, when you are supposed to do what? To reach the success of your life. And then you put it down. And if you don't have a challenge, something has to challenge you for you to raise your ability to deal with it. So how are you going to say, I'm capable to do this without being challenged? Okay? So, it starts with an idea before it becomes a fruit. So, how do you come to this fruit? Do you start here? But majority of people start here. They want to see the fruit, but they don't want to understand the entire process of planting a seed, and then it is in dry period where you need to water the seed. They don't want to understand the types of the soils they need to plant their plants. They don't want to understand what stages this will take for it to grow up to a fruit. So you want to jump from here to here. There is a process. There is a process. And that process is very important. It's a rule of thumb. Iyo tuvuze rule of thumb mwumva ko ari iki? Rule of thumb. C'est une condition sine qua non. Mwumva ngo ntibishoboka. Ubu ntiwambwira ngo uzabona imbuto utateye izindi, ntibishoboka. Nawe nubwo waba ufite amafaranga kugira ngo uzigure, nuko someone has to be there to plant them. So urashaka kujya imbuto utumva uko bigenda kugira ngo ubanze wumve, ariko uzi umuriro uba mu butaka urubuto ruhura nago. The soil chemistry, abize agronomy murabizi. Muri mu butaka harimo physics, harimo chemistry, and that plant meets all those conditions before it grows.
it has to face those challenges for it to be a seed that can bear the fruit. Otherwise, if it cannot resist those challenges, then it cannot be a fruit at the end. So Jim Rohn said that for you, it's a guy that I like so much. He speaks as an inspirational speaker. He said, don't go to the market with a need. Go there with a seed. So for those who are looking for employment, for jobs, don't go there with your need of trousers, costs, vehicle, houses, whatever. No, just go with a seed. What do you value? What value do you bring into the market? And then the value will be given a value. So, for you to be able to turn ideas into concrete actions, this is the entire process you need to go through. Don't jump. Don't escape if you want to have that chance. Now, this is the chain I draw for you. This chain shows me that there is a seed, there is an idea. And this idea has to be informed either by experience or by environment. So as you scan the environment, or from your experience you are going through, there comes an idea. I'm not talking about ideas. No, I'm talking about an idea that can transform your life. Or an idea that can transform someone's life. An idea that can change your environment. An idea that can change people's lives. So you need to look at it. It comes here. Now you have to test it. Most of the time when you have an idea, what we do, we go straightly to our friends and advisors. This is what I'm thinking. What do you think about it? It is still very, very embryonic. It is still at the early stage. And then you are selling it as I have an idea. You know, I have a good idea that I'm going to start. I'm going to work on this. Then I look at it. Oh yeah, that's great. That's good. It's a good idea. So if you tell me, what am I going to? Am I going to tell you that's a bad idea? No, I will tell you it's a good idea. Now we meet. No, did you go with the same idea? No. I realized that someone else is doing it. I don't think this is going to work. Okay, when did you realize it? So, I did some research around, and then I found it cannot work. Okay, maybe this will tell you what is going to work. You cannot discourage it. But you need to have a very sufficient time to search what we call specific knowledge on that particular ideas. What knowledge is available? Go to the market. Do the reading. Do some research. Meet with some people. If I need to understand something in the area of business or engineering, I sit with an engineer. I call you, can we have a cup of coffee? Yeah, I need to talk to you. Tell me, how does this sector works? I'm not telling him I have an idea to invest in either in real estate or in transport, wherever. I'm just trying to understand how the sector operates. I'm gathering knowledge. I'm gathering specific knowledge. And whoever it is, whether it's a very important person, if I'm capable to secure his 1 hour, that's a very big achievement for me that day. Because he has a lot that I don't know. So I need to sit with him and understand the sector. Whether he's a very young person, whether he's a black or white, I don't mind. What I mind is that he's capable to feed my thinking and to inspire my reflection. So you need to seek first the knowledge. Number 2, once you try, in most cases, we tend to be in a no zone. Because you are looking at the challenges before you start trying even. When you have a yes, then go for a next action. And then once you take an action, you need to evaluate and gain the benefits. If you say no, you are inactive. And then once you are inactive, you become someone who blames others. You become a blamer. You know, because of our history, I don't think we were supposed to be pilots. But because of the history, I'm not able. But those who became pilots, what is their history? How is it different from your history? You are blaming your family. You are blaming your relatives. You are blaming your friends because you don't want to take the responsibility of your actions. You don't want to take the responsibility of your action. You know, these traffic cameras, when they give you a ticket, maybe you have overspeeded, you will still say, you know, they gave me a ticket. You start blaming about the traffic controller lights. No, they are set to tell you that you cannot go more than 60 per hour. So if you go beyond 60 per hour, then you have the penalty. So you cannot blame them. Just blame yourself. So you are saying, no, I did not drive well my life because my mother or my father, they didn't do this. But they were trying to raise you so that you take an action. At the age of 20, you still believe that your father and your mother will take action. Your mother maybe has not been at school. She doesn't understand the world you are in. And then you are still relying on them. Who is supposed to be blamed? It's yourself. So that's why I'm saying here, it is all about you. Whether you take an action or not, whether you challenge your idea or not, whether you bring a new idea, it's up to you. It's up to you. No one you should blame. You don't have to blame anybody. Let me give you this picture. I think I shared this again sometimes. Have someone seen this picture last time? So can we reflect a bit on it? I like it so much. This is a tree. But I'm interested to see these goats enjoying the grasses upstairs. But because we are used to see, we are not sure that the goats can jump and stay there. But because of they need these grasses here, they have been helped a little bit, and then they are now up here. They are enjoying, they are gaining the benefits. But if there's someone here who did not take any action, here is still enjoying, but you don't know if it is enjoying at the same level like these ones. Yes, it's a real one. This picture, I got it in 2009 from Italy. I took it from someone who took it. Italy is a research institute from Nairobi. So this one, I have this picture since 2009. So it tells me that if I need to be here, I need to take an action. I need to take an action. So these guys here, they will be blaming this one. This one is also curious to see what is happening. He's happy. He's happy to see the grasses. At the end, he will go up and bring them down, and they will make it. So sometimes if you don't take an action, those who took the actions, they are very far. Ziraza kumanuka n'ubundi. Ziramanuka. Ihene se ntishobora kumanuka. Aho zanyuza, aho zazamukiye. Yeah? Aho zazamukiye ni naho zigira gute? Yeah, I will share you. I will share even the slides. Zose ndazibaha n'ubundi. Sibyo? So, this is basically what I was trying to say. Once you don't take an action, how to turn ideas into concrete actions. Let me just give you a simple example. when I joined the University of Rwanda, that was 2002. I was coming from World Vision. So, reaching the University of Rwanda, I realized I was an assistant lecturer at the time. With the only main work that was there was to read your thesis for those who were there at the period, and also mark them, go to the defense. That was the main activity. But I realized that my time is not being used efficiently. So what I did, I had to develop a module called monitoring and evaluation. And then I had to tell students, those who are almost graduating in the 3rd year, 4th year, in the evening you can come and attend my course, it's for free. The course on monitoring and evaluation. So they used to come 2, then 2 tells 2, then at certain period we realized that the whole room is full of people coming to follow the course. And then they are happy. Then after, the same people send a message to other people, if you need someone who can help you on aspect of monitoring and evaluation, you need to talk to Alfred. So you start receiving invitation. Can you come and talk to others? Yes, I can. How much are you going to charge? No, for free. So once you reach there, you teach. At the end, they give you an envelope. You realize the envelope is more than your salary. I say, wow. So today, if you call me to design your monitoring and evaluation framework for your institution, you have to pay more. And it is there. It is delivered. We give it to other people and they pay for it. That was an idea. It became something concrete, put into action. And it is changing people's lives. Okay? So maybe Felix will give you also his testimony. So 2015, we said let's start something called Society University Village Initiative so that we can link the university and the community as we give back to our knowledge to transform the community. Today, we have not less than 54 people in the program staying over a period of 1 year, helping the community on different aspects. It was an idea, and then the university supported it. Now it is an idea of the University of Rwanda being implemented in the community. So ideas can still be turned into action. By the way, we are meant to turn ideas into actions. That's what we are supposed to do. Otherwise, we don't have to be idle. That's what is expected. And then, whatever you are going to get, in Jim Rohn's words again, whatever you are going to get is what you deserve. Not what you need, but what you deserve. So, how you drive your life, how you drive the day-to-day life matters a lot for you to be able to turn something which is an idea to a tangible and transformative action. So I want to stop from here. I think I've set a stage from where we can use some times again and discuss and also ask questions, reflect, as we keep reflecting on how you can turn ideas. Most of the time, those ideas are very good ideas, but you fail because of the fear, and yet you have the faith. Because most of you go to church. See, just say, what is the definition of the faith? Faith is the assurance of what? That means the Sunday school. Kwizera nukumenya gose udashidikanya, zero uncertainty. Yuko ibyo wiringira byose bitagira gute ko bizaba. Niyo bitaba already urazanamo ni once yindi. So kwizera, faith, nukuvuga ko what I'm thinking, what I'm believing, I'm sure 100% is going to happen. So the opposite may come, but is not my primary preoccupation. Kuba wenda bidashobora kuba, the probability of not happening is not my problem. My problem is just to focus on the probability that this is going to happen. Sibyo. But if you start saying, okay, let me try, if it works, it's fine, if it doesn't work, then it is fine. So in that case, you are putting yourself in a very dangerous zone. Why do you have to be in a middle? You are not defining whether you are going for it or if you have something else which is different from what you believe. I normally also give an example. Let me conclude by this. Since today is a Sunday, maybe some of you did not go to church. So, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they said, we are not going to deny our God. But even if he cannot save us, we will not deny him. For me, I see another message. I normally like to say it. The message I see there, someone else will come and say, the reason why these three guys decided to die might be something important. And create a curiosity. Create a message. Say, nubwo bapfuye, ariko hari Imana biringiraga. The reason why they died, there is a God that they were believing and trusting. There is still a message. Even if you try, but you fail, there is still a message that will encourage you to do what? To take another step. To take another step. That's where I normally see them, very important. They are very people with faith. Someone comes and set a shop in town, assuming people will come and buy. And he took everything, put in the shop, and then you are coming from where? From Karongi. You're coming to Kigali to the same shop. He did not plan you will come to the shop. No, you have been attracted by his shop or her shop. But he has faith someone will come. So what if all Rwandans, young people, all people say, today, I can do something to change even my surrounding, even my neighbor. What change can we see in the country? If we all decide to make a small change around us, that change will build a momentum of a big change. And it all starts with an idea. Why Rwanda is today on the top of the country that are clean, it started by an idea of our top leadership saying that we need to avoid this and be clean. Today, even a young child cannot throw something on the road. Why? Because that's the education that is already set in our mindset. Okay? If we decide to educate our children not to lie, it has to start from us. So if you tell, don't lie, but when he's listening to your phone, you are lying, where are you? I'm in Gisiment. Your son is sitting with you while you are at home. So, what? You say, oh man, maybe this is a lifestyle. I'm in Gisiment, and yet you are where? You're at home. Then the son will Dad, is this true? So, chachaka. That's the education you are giving him. You are telling him that you can tell something that is not true and continue to live life. So whatever education we put in our children, we put in our mind, we put in our lives, will still take another change or can still be adopted by others. So I want to encourage you. You will not do everything, but you can do something. You cannot do everything, but you can do something that will change your life and the life of others. Thanks for your attention.